All right, guys. Thank you all for coming. I know things are different, but we would have typically done this in person, and we wanted to do a mixer. We tried really hard to do one this year, but unfortunately, with the current situation, things became pretty tough to meet and talk and do anything, to be honest. But I wanted to let you guys know we're still doing things. We're still moving strong. There's a lot that's been going on. I also hear that some people who joined, like Rafi, they aren't even sure what to do after they join. So I want to make sure it was really clear of all the projects that was going on and everything about AESA. We plan to do these types of things, get-togethers, hopefully monthly if we can't, every other month, so that you guys are abreast of what's going on within the organization. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So we wanted to be transparent, and we wanted to make sure we end the year at a really good, hopeful bang, so that next year, 2021, we can hit the ground running again. All right. Just wanted to share this quote from a author. It says, "What the new year brings to you will depend a great deal on what you bring to the new year." I'm an avid believer of that. I hope we do the same next year. And at any time, feel free to chat or stop me if you have questions or something. We want to keep it slightly open. I also want to get through the slides because there's a lot that there'll be a lot of questions for sure. So feel free to put them in the chat box if you're too shy to speak up or share your face. And then just make sure before we go on, you pour yourselves a drink. I want to make sure there's a drink in everyone's hand before we go on. You're going to need it. All right, so with that, on the agenda today, we're just going to talk a little bit about AESA for those of you who are new. So there's a lot of new members who came in. I think we got like 30 over the last month. We're at a total of 321 members. I don't know exactly who are life members and who are student and who are regular members, but it's surprisingly grown quite a bit, at least over the last few months. We're going to talk about all these open admin volunteer positions. I say volunteer because they are still volunteer. Hopefully over time, these will eventually be paid positions. But, just in case you want to get really into the nitty gritty of things and see, work more behind the scenes, there's some open positions there. And then if you just want to just be part of some projects and be part of different committees, I want to let you know a lot of the active committees that are going strong today. And they can use a lot of help. So, if you ever feel like there's nothing to do here, I'd be damned, because there's just so much to do. We need so much help. There's so many projects going on. We can use a lot of hands on deck. So, and then we're going to show you a little bit about the new website demo. Aram Dermardirosyan, who's our vice president, has put together a simple presentation just so you guys can see what the new changes are on the website. I heard a lot of complaints. We heard a lot of complaints about how it's not user friendly. There's a lot of things we wanted to do that it didn't do. But I think you guys will be hopefully a little bit more happier, if I may say, with the new changes. And then we're gonna have some fun with some STEM trivia. So, just make sure you got your brain juices going, and we'll have some fun. And then after that, you guys can chill and talk amongst ourselves. All right, sound good? So I just want to go a little over the AESA mission and vision. Basically, AESA is a nonprofit, nonpartisan 501c3 founded in 1983. We say nonprofit, nonpartisan because we're not affiliated with any religious group or sect or anything like that. Purely objective, just like us scientists, hopefully. Then a little bit about our mission. This is something we kind of put together in few words or less, just to kind of embody and give us sort of like a guiding star of who we are, what we do, and anything we do is embodied into the mission, right? So we want to enable and empower all Armenians in the STEM community worldwide, just so they can reach their fullest potential. And, progress, of course, through STEM education, collaboration, and humanitarian initiatives, of course. It is very well known that STEM is highly valued and highly sought after, and we want to obviously empower our Armenians, youth, and, you know, all ages, of course. The vision is that, you know, we want to be the leading platform for enabling Armenian STEM community to network with each other and to work together, to collaborate and to address certain concerns and problems with, you know, solutions. Obviously, you know, we have in this room alone, in this Zoom call alone, we have like the greatest Armenian minds, if not just the greatest minds in general in STEM the world has ever seen, if I dare say. Imagine what we can all do if we collaborate together. So we want to create a world where these professionals are empowered, enabled, influential. And obviously this will trickle on to other things in the future. And then finally, just some of our values. This is, again, just in the organization itself. These are the values we embody. So, you know, scientific rigor, endeavor, innovation, teamwork, collaboration, mentorship. We want to be accountable. We want to be transparent. We want to, you know, make sound decisions, right? Financially and obviously through the organization. And we accept diversity in disciplines, age, and all that stuff. Gender, creed. So yeah, just wanted to let you know that this is what we do. And so anything we do, it's in service to these values. And just so, again, for some of you who are new and just don't know who's behind the scenes, I don't even know if most of you know who I am, but I just wanted to kind of introduce you guys to the council. This is the current council. From left to right in the way top back row, you can see there's Razmik Garkhanyan, Asadur Tarakcan, who happens to be me. Everybody calls me ACE for short. That's why you see ACE in my name. Dr. Gagik Melikyan and Daniel Minasyan. Each of these people have positions. I will kind of go over them hopefully in the next slide so you can kind of know what everybody's involved in. The mid row is Aida Baragamyan and Talin Zadoyan. The front row is Linda Megerdichan, Dr. Ara Chuchan, Richard Ohanian, Sona Joharian, and Aram Dermardirosyan. Get to know these people. They've been involved in AESA for a long time. If you don't already know them, they're good people. And then on the bottom down here, we have a few more council members. We have Shante Babumian, Karin Khachaturian, Nares Alatelian, and Mane Berikyan. Unfortunately, these people couldn't make it during the time of the shoot, so we ended up putting them here just to make sure we don't forget anybody. And all these people have been pivotal, have made great strides and changes to the organization. It's thanks to them we're here and we have done all the things I'm about to show you in the next few slides. Okay, any questions so far? Anything, any comments before I go on? Let me just take a drink while you guys are thinking.
One comment I wanted to make is that we're really happy with the ratio of you know, male to female in our leadership. And as many of you can see, we have quite a few of sort of younger scientists and engineers in our leadership. So that's also a point that we always feel proud of.
Yeah, just the same with our values, diversity and gender, age, creed, whatever. Okay, very good. Thank you. So just some open admin volunteer positions. So if those of you who, you know, want to really get involved, we're looking actively for these positions. These people will have a lot of responsibility. They'll carry quite a lot. Obviously, they won't be alone. So, you know, if you're interested, you know, I wanted to go over some of these positions. So we have the Advanced Research and Development Lead position, and I just briefly put some bullet points here. They'll be implementing a lot of our research and development project policies and objectives. In a sense, what this will involve and entail is this person is gonna initiate RFP. So this person will create the RFP and send it out and say, you know, hey, we're looking for projects, just whatever project that fits in a certain scientific field. And then from there, they're going to review a lot of the proposals that come in. And based on the proposals that come in, you know, bring it to the board, and then the board will decide if this could be funded or reviewed, or if they need some sort of resources or something, perhaps we can help. So that's pretty much what that would do. And in the next slides, we'll go into more detail about that, that position and that program. The next other position is a membership director. So the membership director will oversee a lot of the membership growth, the retention, and the strategy to kind of bring them all in. A lot of the activities. So, you know, the membership director would potentially put something like this on for members, you know, other fun activities, networking kind of stuff and mixers. Hopefully that's what we hope the membership director will do. And of course, increase the membership over time. And finally, we're looking for a fundraising and development director. This person will be in charge of everything regarding raising money. You know, a nonprofit needs money to run and operate. Hopefully, with the help of that person, you know, we'll have enough capital to put into, you know, payroll. But right now, I mean, everybody who does anything and everything I'm about to show you, everybody does it for free. So, you know, once this, because the AESA organization in general is growing, we're going to need some paid positions, and we want to make sure the people are rewarded accordingly, because the workload is going to be a lot and volunteers just won't cut it. Make sense? Any questions, concerns, comments? Just take another sip here.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Alvanis from New Jersey.
Oh, hey.
What do you think the membership suddenly we have a surge this year?
You asking what contributed to it?
Yeah, how come this year suddenly we have a surge of membership? Previous year we probably had few members sign and more members drop out.
Great question. I can answer to the surge. I can't answer to why people dropped out or previous years. I say it has a lot to do with the team. Everybody who was involved, everyone whose picture I showed you earlier, it's all because of them. They worked really hard to actually organize things. You know, we had great leadership. We had great executives. They all kind of put together and just thought, like, let's make this serious. Let's treat this like a real organization, like a business, so to speak. You know, when it comes to business, you need marketing. If you need people, you know, you kind of have to market accordingly. We have a very strong marketing team, thanks to Nare Saratelian and Mane Berikan, and together they put together a lot of the efforts to bring it in. The efforts in Artsakh to raise funds for Artsakh, that also increased quite a lot of surge and a lot of attention. Richard Ohanian, who's our president, did a lot of work to bring ASA, you know, to the world in front of people. So just everybody just put something into it to bring people's attention. So, you know, you guys aren't, you know, excluded. You know, a lot of the members did the same too. They told people like, hey, come on, look at what we're doing here. And I'm hoping what I'm about to show you in the next few slides kind of encourages you guys to invite others that you may know might be interested in joining.
A lot of synergy, which is good.
Yeah. And with that, please, I'm about to show you a lot of other projects that go on. If you know of donors or sponsors, or you yourself want to donate, if you want to become a life member, all donations go somewhere and go to fund a lot of these projects. So, you know, please open your hearts and your wallets and, you know, help fund some of these initiatives. But great question. So if you're interested in joining any of those admin positions, please email a resume with a very short description. You know, we just want to know why you think you're the right person for the role, what experience you bring, and what accomplishments you've had for something of similar size or scope. And email to contact@aesa.org. We'll, you know, review it. We'll reach out to you guys, and, you know, we'll go through the interview process and everything, and then let you guys know after that. So hope we get to hear from you. And if this is just not for you and you're like, I don't want to do admin, I don't want too much, I don't want to deal with work, there's plenty of other opportunities for you guys to join and be involved. And so I'm about to go over that. We have a ton of active projects and committees. These are really, really hot. They're sizzling, in fact. So I want to go over some of these just to see if this sparks your interest. All right, so first we have the Advanced Research and Development Program. This is related to the Advanced Research and Development lead position. I'll have our president, Richard Ohanian, just say a few words about this. So Richard, if you'd like to, you know, hop in.
Sure. Yeah. So This advanced research and development program is geared mostly towards Armenia and Artsakh and also diaspora as well. But the vision is for AESA to foster and promote advancement in research and development in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in Armenia and Artsakh. The process is that we're going to basically have a team with a director, a lead of research and development, AESA lead or director, as Asadur mentioned. He or she is going to basically announce the opportunity for funding, the RFP phase, and then he or she and the team is going to coach all the groups, research groups, individuals in Armenia who want to submit their proposals. And this team, the R&D team, is going to form subject matter expert groups, various areas. Obviously, most of them should be from AESA members. They will review the submitted proposals and select a few and suggest those few to the AESA General Council. And the General Council is going to basically vote and fund these, the winning proposals. But the work is not going to stop there. We have to support the implementation of the projects by in-kind expert contributions through AESA, and then monitor and follow through the full implementation of the projects. And at the end, the outcome of all of this process is the number of scientific papers that are going to be published in peer-reviewed journals, or if it's an engineering project, for example, there should be a functional prototype that is ready to be either mass manufactured or go to the next phase. So as Ace mentioned, this is going to be an open position, the advanced R&D lead or director position. We're going to actually send out all the job descriptions, detailed job descriptions for these two AESA members. And then we're going to collect resumes, and whoever is interested, that's going to be the process. We'll interview them, and we announce the sort of director for this position.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're going to send detailed descriptions of, job duties, responsibilities, further descriptive text beyond what I just showed you guys. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Thank you, Richard.
Sure.
Okay. So if that doesn't tickle your fancy, we do have other types of committees and programs. The next one I have here is the AESA Leadership and Entrepreneurship Academy. We call ALEA. It's a mouthful. But what we did and what we have done with this is we had a business seminar, and we have like resume workshops and things like that. This is more targeted toward entrepreneurs, the business side of the whole science thing. So we're all scientists and engineers, but it doesn't go without saying that you have to deal with professionalism, growth. Some of them want to start businesses, some of them have their own businesses, some want resources and things like that. We had a very successful seminar about almost a year ago, December, I believe it was the 7th, 2019, a little over a year ago. It was very well received. We had some really great minds, and we did workshops and things like that, very well received, and we hope to do it again. We collaborate with like 8 other Armenian organizations, not just engineers. And so, yeah, this is something we're working on actively. And with that, I'm going to have the chair of the organization, Linda Megerdichan, say a few words. So Linda, if you can hop in here and
Sure.
show your face if possible, so people could see who you are.
Oh, I thought you guys can see me.
Yeah.
Or not? Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So as the name says,
Can you talk one time?
can you guys hear me?
Oh, wow. So I'm going
Yes, I
to
hear you.
Zoom because Zoom is.
She's coming through very clearly.
Okay,
Yeah,
can
go
you guys
ahead.
hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
So ALEA, as the name says, it stands for our AESA's Leadership and Entrepreneurship Academy. The committee or the team is working on different entrepreneurship programs, but right now we have kind of split our focus in 2 different directions. One of them is Armenia, and the other one is the local entrepreneurs and business owners. So the first and probably the highest priority project that we're working on right now is retraining our veterans who are back from the battlefield to prepare them for job opportunities. As some of you might know, unfortunately, some of them are not in the position to go back to their original job. So they need to be retrained with different skills to be able to go back to job market. At the same time, we have been thinking about this for about 5 weeks, working on this project. And at the same time, we know that they need the support, the emotional and mental support from us, from diaspora mainly. So this program is supposed to be that platform for them to not only learn, but also feel that they're getting that support. We also are considering including the wives of the fallen heroes, or even the ones who are wounded, and the wives are supposed to be the basically the persons supporting the family. Besides that, we have decided to work with different organizations and institutions in Armenia to be able to expand this project and to be able to make it easier to access more people. So the organizations we are working on are Vanadzor Technology Center and Gyumri Technology Center, and as well as Fab Lab in Dilijan. So we reached out to them, and Vanadzor and Gyumri Technology Centers, they have offered technical classes before. And right now the idea is for them to provide those classes, and we would use, we are going to use the Fab Lab location in Dilijan for the students to join the classes remotely. So in general, the project is very broad. We like to include many subjects because we are considering the interest of the young men who are back from the battlefields, and they have gone through so much and they need to do something that is inspiring to them. At the same time, we are considering what is needed in the industry in Armenia right now. So that's mainly the program that we are working on, our highest priority program. Besides that, I'm gonna just jump to the next one that is, if you just could go to the next topic. Yes. So the blood drive is also related to this project. We are planning a blood drive on February 10th, which is gonna be in parallel with the fundraiser. The blood drive is to honor our heroes, and the fundraiser is for our donors to support and sponsor a veteran who is back, and to basically sponsor their education. We are working also with a university at East Coast to see if we can offer certificates upon completion for the courses that they're taking. And the meeting is going to be next week. So I don't have the final decision on that yet. The Leadership Academy, I think with that, I'm closing the topic of Armenia. If anyone has questions about Armenia project, please let me just ask right now, and then I'll move on to the local projects.
I want to make a comment about your first subject.
Sure.
Is okay?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I think many of you know that I have a private foundation and sponsoring vocational high schools in 10 regions of Armenia, rural regions of Armenia. What you, for this program to retrain the war veterans, you have only 3 locations. They're all in North Armenia. But we have schools in Kapan, in Yeregnazor, in Armavir, in Vartanis. And in these schools, we implemented just 3 years ago, smaller tech centers that like you have in Gyumri or Vanadzor, where robotic labs and programming, robotics and 3D printing. I think war veterans that are disabled, they can go and be trained like a programmer or for a robotics job, even
Right.
if they lost one part of their body. And in these schools, there are also 8 or 10 other professions like cooking, design and sewing, etc. they can learn any of this, and we could arrange that if you want.
Yeah, we can, maybe we can take this offline and talk about the details later on. We've considered actually the ones who cannot attend the classes physically. So we need to obviously provide the tools for them to be able to remotely attend. Some of them will recover and they will be able to go to the classes later on, but right now they're not able to do it. For example, Vanadzor has just one bus that can take the soldiers who need to be on wheelchair. It can just move soldiers who need to be on wheelchair right now. So there is just one of them right now in Vanadzor. So it's very hard to, the commute is gonna be very hard for them. That's why we need to basically get them laptops for now and give them that opportunity to learn. So we have to fundraise for that at the same time. But as far as the topics goes, with these tech centers, obviously they are focused on tech subjects. We are including some other subjects, project management, maybe some basic accounting and some other topics that you're still discussing. I'll reach out to you. Thank you, Anushavan, for the offer. I'll reach out to you and we'll discuss it.
Some of the schools also teaching economics,
right,
and accounting,
sure,
and lab workers or whatever. So
okay,
if you want, I can be the liaison for that with the schools I'm
okay,
sponsoring. Yeah. Just
okay, that's
touch base
great.
with me. Aram knows me.
Sure.
Mardirosyan knows me. Richard knows me. Everybody knows me. Vazgen knows me. Okay, let me know if you need any help.
Sure, will do. Thank you so much. Richard, were you gonna say anything? Oh.
No, I was gonna say that we need to invite Anushavan to one of our council meetings and basically just have all this discussion.
Sure, of course.
Anytime you want, I will be there. So.
Thank you, Anushavan. So the next topic is the basically the activities that we have locally. One of the main activities that goes year-round is the mentorship program. So if you are interested in becoming a mentor or if you need a mentor, email us. We'll have the ALE email address shortly. You can say it and or we can type it in the chat. You can reach out to us and we are going to try to find you the best match possible. And besides all of these activities, we also have a business seminar for the businesses who, especially the ones that they're going through difficult times during COVID. We want to provide as much information as we can. So the business seminar is going to include loans, information about loans, grants, tax deductions, and so on. The tentative date is February 17th for this event. And last but not least, this is probably the main vision of this specific team, is a workshop and open forum that we are going to have, we are going to launch in a couple of months. This will include sessions with chief officers of different companies, vice presidents, executives of companies, and basically the attendees are going to have the opportunity to sit with them around the table virtually, actually, and discuss the topics that are brought up, or for example, we can have someone from human resources to just discuss any questions attendees might have. And we are going to also offer, I missed the workshops. So with this,
Linda,
yes.
Yeah, I would like to mention something about the mentoring.
Yeah, sure.
Over here in East Coast, we've been doing mentorship every year at Columbia or Fordham, and we have over 100 attendees, and we do have mentors, almost 80 mentors in different disciplines. We used to put them, the mentor's name on a booklet, hand them out. Last year, we put them on our website. So when the website is up, maybe you can link to our website, and that mentorship is there, all the names. They are highly experts in their discipline, as I said, in completely different disciplines, not only engineering.
Sure.
So somebody can get online and do long distance mentoring with somebody. So that's something to keep in mind when you start mentorship.
Sure, that's good to know, actually. That's great information. Thank you, Ovanes. I had a question from Rafi. He's asking what the responsibilities of mentors are. So basically, as a mentor,
Eso va. Arega?
Can the host please
Isso
mute
deve.
everyone?
Acho que é só nisso.
Hã?
Isak, you're not muted. Isak.
Anna John, can you please mute everyone?
Yes, let me see if I, yes, there we go.
Thank you so much. So, so about the mentorship, as a mentor, if you're in the same industry, usually the mentee comes to you with questions about the industry, about if, for example, they might be a PhD student working on a subject that you're expert on. They come to you with questions. Sometimes they're even younger, they're in a university level bachelor's degree and they need direction. They need to understand what they want to do in future. So you are that source that you can connect them with your colleagues and at the same time give them as much information as you can. Basically, you're the role model, with like the Wikipedia, and the role model for that person who is providing the information. And you're also sometimes the person who is also giving that motivation, because it happens that mentees come to you, they're disappointed, they're kind of, or they're lost and they need help figuring out what they need to do, what the next step is, what topic they need to work on, if that's the right choice for them or not. So basically as a mentor, you're that person who they're brainstorming with and getting that support from. I hope I answered your question, Rafi. And about the workshops for the program that we're launching. So this business event, better to call it a business course, is going to include, beside the open forums that people are going to sit together and discuss topics, it's going to also include the leadership and entrepreneurship workshops. The subjects are tentative yet. We are going to pick them based on the guests that we are inviting to keep them relevant every time. It can be conflict resolution, it can be public speaking, it can be any topic that is included in leadership, and as a leader you need to know, or as an entrepreneur you need to know. And I think with that I've covered everything except one point. We need volunteers to basically advance this project, and our team is it has been taking on a lot, actually. If you can see the list of the activities, it's just our responsibilities are much more than they were before. So we would be more than happy to have a few new members joining us. So please contact us and join the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. If you're interested, if this is for you and this sounds like something you'd be, your cup of tea, then by all means, please reach out to Linda at alea@aesa.org. We have a ton of different emails, as you can see, one for almost every different organization, every different group. Okay, any questions about this before I go on? No? Okay, great. So next one, this is one of my favorite ones, STEM Academy. This is geared toward, as you can see, more toward the youth. This is meant to teach children and our future generation in STEM. So there's a lot of projects here and a lot of things going on. Just wanted to highlight a few of these. So they typically, the flagship, most of you may know, is our Science Olympiad that happens annually. This year, unfortunately, we couldn't hold it because of the pandemic and everything, but it tends to be very successful. We get 100 to 150 kids from around LA. In fact, the previous year, I think it was thanks to the committee chair, Sona Joharian, and the team, they were able to get students from Armenia to participate. And I believe even some from Artsakh, and some of them ended up winning the Science Olympiad. So, we're trying to grow this as, it goes beyond just the LA region, we want this to be global. And then there's a few other projects here that I would like to call on the STEM Academy director. Before I do that, I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of the different organizational change that has happened. And this is just within the STEM Academy itself. So the change isn't just everything, it's the changes just within the STEM Academy. So we have a director of the STEM Academy. Her name is Hasmik Shakarian. She'll talk in a few seconds. And then underneath this academy will have a bunch of different, I want to say subject matters, right? And different departments. So we have the Science Olympiad, which is already underneath this. Science Olympiad is the science fair with all these kids that come together and present their projects. We have robotics that's active, that started relatively recently by Adi Nabed. We have electronics, chemistry, physics, biology, and math. I believe a couple of these were added just recently. Some of these are going to grow into a few other subjects. So this is basically to teach the kids through some after school programs and different competitions and things like that in STEM. And that's really how that will feed into the, obviously, the workforce, right? So I want to then pass on the baton to the director of the STEM Academy, Hasmik. If you're here, can you show your face so people can see who you are, and then maybe you could say a few words?
Hi everyone, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes, actually, we since our program, Science Olympiad, Robotics, and soon Electronics, Electrical and Electronics committees start popping up, and we are planning to grow. So we decided to combine everything under STEM Academy, so that will give us more global, so we can incorporate everybody from every part of the world, all the Armenians. And we start having some meetings with different organizations and science teachers, professors, scientists from Armenia during this COVID time. And we were trying to collaborate so we can have common projects, kids working from different parts of the world, expand our Science Olympiad, and maybe take the kids for an international Science Olympiad to train them and exchange our expertise. And we are also trying to build a professional database. So anytime if we need any specialties on specific area and we need some guidance, maybe we can look into our database and find the right person to ask the question. As Linda and Sotor mentioned, we always need volunteers to be able to expand our programs. Currently, we have like Science Olympiad, Robotics, and that was very successful all these years, and robotics started last year. And now we have a group of students that we took from the last year's class, and we're trying to train them for a robotics competition, and that's our goal. With this COVID, it's been a little bit hard, but we to deal with the classes and robotics competition team at the same time. But we're working in a small pods carefully at Ribe Academy, who is providing the space for us and the labs. And we established the electronics lab, and we have a great team that's going to work on with kids who are interested in that area on one-on-one. We can have like 3 students because we have 3 sets that we can work on at simultaneously. We are also working on different grants to get to achieve for our expanding our academy and covering all our expenses. And again, volunteers are very welcome. We are in need. If you get an email from us, we have been sending out a lot, but please register to our database. So when we need your help, we can at least reach out for your advice. We are hoping to be more successful, and maybe, who knows, in the future, we can even provide a certificate for students who attend to our academy. Maybe we can have online classes, and everybody, even from Armenia, can join in the future. So this is our academy, and this are achievements and future plans. If you have any questions.
Yeah, does anybody have any questions about this or any comments or suggestions? As I said, this is geared toward the youth. So if you're interested in this kind of work, you will be teaching kids or working with kids, a lot of contact with children. If you like children, then this is probably the academy for you, the the program for you.
And
And I think, yeah, go ahead.
I like to also have, because it's kind of hard for us to advertise. We are planning to go on Armenian TV. Some TV programs are very friendly to our academy, and they are helping us to spread the word. But it's very important if you can spread the word yourself, to invite Armenian kids from non-Armenian public schools, because it's hard to reach them out, so they can join the Science Olympiad or any of our programs. It's free for them. For the robotics class, so we only charge $150 for 10-week course. We do Saturday 3 to 4 hour classes for 10 weeks. But we are trying also to get, we had a meeting with Glendale Unified School District Superintendent, so we can have more access to the public schools, so we can invite teachers to support their kids, Armenian kids, so they can come and participate to Science Olympiad.
So I have a question. This is Joe Kobian. How old are the students usually, or the participants?
We are doing from 6 to 12 grade students.
Mm-hmm.
We have junior and seniors. In Science Olympiad, they have senior and junior with the different life sciences or physical sciences. And we're doing start to do the robotics field. So anybody interested, and if they are attending in any of our classes and working with our mentors, they can also participate to Science Olympiad.
And do they all participate essentially in mixed groups, or is it age stratified?
For the Science Olympiad, it's age stratified because they compete with their same level, so junior, senior. But robotics, if we have enough students, we can just separate them, senior and junior classes. But we're more on basic robotics, teaching the basic programming concepts for students. And then if they are interested, then the next round they can participate the competition. So we have this year we have funded through the Navy. One of our engineers that works there actually got a grant for the robotics set that students are working on. We have 5 students that are going to participate to that competition.
I want to make a comment. May I make a comment to that?
Sure.
So I would recommend we should reach out to schools or Armenian communities in other communities beside of Los Angeles and Glendale, because in Glendale or Los Angeles is lots of Armenian schools and a lot of Armenian kids are together and they have good access. But in other smaller towns or other towns, there are no Armenian schools, but there are Armenian living there. We should give them somehow connect with them to the opportunity. They are very smart kids in Santa Barbara.
Last year we had students participate from Armenia and Artsakh in the New York area for our Science Olympiad. We were planning on having some students from Moscow, Russia. So we are trying to use all our connections from everywhere to market this or spread the word. But if you know a better way, please let us know.
But we have branches and liaisons in other cities in United States. I mean, we should activate these contacts to get that's very nice, Armenia and Russia, but I want even in other towns in United States.
May I interrupt? Yes, we are actually I am the Science Olympiad chair, so for the Science Olympiads, we are trying to do it online and broaden it. I am posting it on Facebook pages where it's not just LA, it's New York, it's Colorado, Chicago. To
Beautiful.
join, then they're welcome to join our competition.
And we are working on building a new STEM Academy website. So maybe at the beginning, we can just put a big attention or something on our main AESA website. So to grab everybody's attention, maybe we can send out a global email to our members and they can spread to their friends. So I'm not sure. We are trying to talk on Armenian TV, so several channels to expand this, but we're trying hard to do that. So that's our plan.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hasmik, we had a question, and just to clarify one more time, what are some of the active programs in the STEM Academy right now?
Our main active programs are robotics and science Olympiad and electronics and electrical is starting this January. Because of the COVID, we couldn't take the students, but as soon as we have interested students, we're gonna start working on that too.
And then what does it entail? So if I say, oh, okay, I have a kid, robotics is somewhat of an interest, what does that program entail?
They just have to contact us and see when classes start, and they're welcome to participate.
So to add to it, basically it's an 8-week course, right? 10-week course. It basically just teaches you coding and maneuvering your robots and stuff. Electronics, I'm not familiar with, but it's also another 10-week course for 6th through 12th grade students. And it's already, like, we do have the the class course developed from last year. So the students get like certificate at the end of the class too.
Yeah, we have a curriculum for robotics all set, and this is the second year that we are teaching. And then we also have the competition team. For electronics lab, we do have 3 sets that you can probably do like 23 different type of tests on that specific circuit board. So we only have 3 sets that we can have students work on it.
So on the electronic one, I'll actually make a comment since I'm working on that. So for the electronics, we have 3 labs: the analog, the digital, and the RF. So right now we're kind of like working on the analog section of it, and we pretty much have a few classes already like ready to go. But because of COVID, we're just kind of like stopped that program for now. But right after COVID, we basically have the analog ready, and we're gonna work on digital, and even some of the digital. We have some of that too, so that should be also.
Does that mean participants in electronics actually get to see scope output, and it's not just the basics of? They actually get to see the stuff happening.
So it's actually like a kid from Armenia, and it's based on like National Instruments. There's a computer programming. It's not really a scope, but it's kind of a digital scope, you know, in the on your desktop. Yeah. So you see
But in the lab, you guys have the ability to like let them see, you know, you built this. Now we're going to probe it. That's your signal on the scope there. Do they get to get that experiential level of immersion?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, it's on an application on a computer, so you see the current, you see the voltage, you see all these resistor values, and so the board itself actually has all these ABCs, and it can actually measure all the current, you know, voltage levels, and you can program the resistance values, capacitances, and all that. So it's actually really cool.
Actually, we are at Rebay Academy, and after the holidays, we're going to resume our classes Saturdays. If you are local, you are welcome to come and see everything, you know, and if you are in the field, we like if you could help us in any way you can with your experience.
So this is like when we say COVID, we're talking second quarter optimistically.
We are taking all the precautions when we're doing this, like kids are working in masks and stuff. always sanitize, and we're very careful about it. But I mean, we're always there. If anyone is interested to come see what's happening at Rebate, because we have like 3 classes, one for competition and one for the robotics class, and we have the electronic and electrical lab. And Rebate is, it's actually, they are nice enough to let us use their other labs like physical and chemistry and biology. And if we have any students that are going to work on a specific project and they're getting ready for participating in the Science Olympiad, we also have a team that they can actually work with them. So we are open. So our main problem is just that because of all this COVID and you know, Armenian war and stuff, everything kind of got delayed. We are trying to advertise through a flyer or through a website and a TV, so we can start have students coming in.
All right. Thank you, Hasmi. Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is it possible to get the electronic lab kits to East Coast? Because we have some interest from Saturday Day School that they want to have some kind of workshop on every other Saturday, if they start reopening, of course. If you have the kits, we would like to have some of those so we can start the same program over here.
Yeah, I would suggest reach out to Hasmi at STEM@aesa.org just to kind of coordinate it with her, and then maybe that it's possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Hovannes. So yeah, just last words here. They do a lot of great work. There's a lot of competitions, a lot of great work with kids. They're always looking for funding. So if you guys want to fund projects like this, by all means, if you want to provide resources to equipment, space, or anything like that, you know, we're all ears, and we're happy to take them off your hands, especially if there's something, you know, you guys don't need in your labs and things like that. And, you know, they always need volunteers. So teachers and mentors and things like that, specifically in the subject matters that was listed.
And some of the companies actually do matching for our AESA program. And if you have funds that you're thinking of donate, maybe you can also check with your company to see if they match to maximize the donation.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Hasmi. All right, so you can see the programs are multi-generational. So there's things for everybody. You know, we have the adults, we have the children, and then we have even the young adults. And so that kind of ties into the next, it's a good transition to the next slide, the STEM conference. So this is a program we've done, recently launched. I believe the last one was, again, was it 2019? We had the Glendale Tech Week. So in Glendale in California, we have this sort of like this, sort of like how would you describe this? It's like an event with a bunch of businesses
Festival.
and tech companies. Yeah, a bunch of tech companies and things like that. They all come together and they just share tech stuff. So it's just this one big week of just tech. And it all happens throughout the entire city. So different booths, different locations, different presentations. We did one of these, and this was the STEM conference. Basically, this was targeted toward the professional youth, where they come together. It's almost like a seminar of sorts. We had presentations on technology, innovation. We had students presenting their projects, you know, post-grad, grad students, things like that. I want to kind of have Ida, who's part of the chair of the STEM conference, to say a few words about this initiative. So if Ida, if you could show your face.
Sure.
Okay. And
hi, everyone. It's very nice to see you all. Welcome to all of the new members. It's very exciting to see you. I'm Ida. I'm also the secretary. I had the pleasure of being part of the committee for the 2019 conference that was headed by Shante. So unfortunately, ACE did a good job of going over the 2019 conference. So unfortunately, 2020 was not a good year for us to hold a conference. We put that on hold, but for 2021, we decided to come back bigger and better. So this year, we have an ambitious goal of Oh, Ace, could you show the, yeah, just bring them all on at once. Thank you. Right, so our goal this year, given the circumstances in Armenia, is to connect all of the Armenian scientists across the world, mainly the US and Armenia. And we also would like to, oops, sorry about that. We also would like to have mentor and mentee matches for students and find mentors in their respective fields. So this conference for 2021 is in the very beginning stages of planning. If you would like to volunteer or if you are interested, please reach out to me and I will, I'll coordinate with the rest of the team. We will need help with all aspects of the conference, financing, we'll need to fundraise for the conference, we'll need to have registration forms, find speakers, venues, so we can use all sorts of help. If you would like to speak at the conference, we would love to hear from you as well. So anything you would like to contribute, just send me an email with a short description of what you can contribute. And we'll be very grateful for your help.
When is this supposed to, when are we shooting for in terms of scheduling?
In terms of, we have not set a date. I can just tell you the year, 2021. And we'd like to sort out a few other details before we set the date as well. So the planning is in its infancy.
Yeah. So they do a good job of putting these things together. It takes a lot of work. So obviously volunteer help is always needed. You know, project management, program management, that kind of stuff. But if you like just to, either participate, whether you want to be an attendee, you can reach out to Ida. If you want to present yourself and you have some innovative information you want to share with everybody and put a presentation together, again, reach out to Ida. It's multidisciplinary conference. Anything science under the umbrella of science is welcome.
Yes, or if you would like to help us with marketing, not science related, we'll welcome that as well. Anything, really.
Any help.
We'll take anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Ida.
Thank you.
So you can see there's plenty of things to do. Viber Lissem, someone says, I don't know what to do here, or there's nothing to do here at this organization. I will be very, very upset. So with that, I wanted to kind of give the stage to Aram Dermardirosyan, who's our vice president. He wanted to kind of show you a little bit of the updates on the website. So everything we just said, we mentioned, volunteering, mentorship. Hospic mentioned the database. Everybody mentioned some form of database. In order for us to find you, in order to figure out who these other people are and connect each other, we want to create the website that does this, right? So that was the one thing that seemed to be missing, a database of just everyone, all of you, all of us. So what Adam's gonna show you is a way to update your profiles online and how to get on, and some of the changes and innovations we've done so that we can find you if you are interested in anything that was listed, or if you want to find someone who can do anything you're interested in. So Adam, you have the floor.
Thank you, Ace. So basically, this is not in production. This is in a stage environment. The link, I sent it by chat. If you guys want to go and play around with it, just know that whatever changes you make will not affect the actual website, and the production website will, if everything is okay, we'll move this to the production, but the production website will have the old database, basically everybody in there that we have as. So I'm not going to go to the registration. If a new members sign up, they will go through the same process almost. I'm just going to explain that what we have to do as existing members to update our profiles and make sure that we have all the information in place so that people can find each other. So think of this as a very detailed collaboration tool. We need to put as much information about ourselves as possible so the others can use this information in their projects. So if for any reason you forgot your password, you can press here to lost password. They'll send you a link to your email. And with this email link, you can change your password. But if you remember your password, you can do remember me. If you go with the same browser next time, it will not ask you to log in. So once you log in, it takes you to profile. This is your profile. So as long as you're a paid member, you'll get here. If your payment expired, it will ask you to renew your membership, or else you won't be able to get to the screen. So let's go to the profile. This is, as I said, the same steps as any member, any new member also will go through. So you will have your name. If anything is wrong in your name, you can fix it right here. Your address, if you want to put your business or residential address. We added a picture. So if you don't want your picture for any reason, even though we strongly encourage to have your actual picture, so since we're becoming a global organization, so we at least know each other by face. If for any reason you don't want that, you can just basically choose between the avatars, or you can upload any picture you want in your profile. Then you can add your phone information, people to contact you. From this, only the mobile phone number is the required one. So you have to enter your mobile phone number. This is because later on we want to integrate, and probably we'll have a mobile application, and also we'll use a SMS for communicating and having a better collaboration tool. And jobs and careers, you basically put your degrees, what you have, what kind of degree you have, and then the profession, what profession you are in. This is very important. I'll show you why later on. And about yourself, this is where you put a lot of information. So basically you have an option to upload your resume, or if you don't want your whole resume, you have an option to basically write about yourself as much as possible, your bio. We want your LinkedIn profile, and with the LinkedIn profile, basically we can keep in touch with your LinkedIn. So if you don't know how to get your profile out of LinkedIn, I'll show you that. But some more important information, if you're looking for employment, you can choose yes or no. Anytime you can go in, for any reason you were not looking for employment, now you are looking for it, you can just go to your profile and change it to yes. If you are hiring, this is important. If your corporation hiring, maybe you have a project in mind or something like that, so you can come here and change your profile. Yes, we are hiring. It will give you an option to have up to 500 characters to write down what kind of person you're looking for. Just for the test, I put like a Java developer. I'll show you how this will come up later on. And as Ida said, if you are looking for mentorship, or you want to do a mentorship, you can choose that. And as I said, anytime you can go and change this. If your situation changed, now you need a mentor, you can change it. If you want to become a mentor, you can do that. We want to know what kind of languages you speak, can communicate with. And with the plus, you can add as many as you want, or you can actually remove the ones that you don't want people to know about for any reason. This is important because since we're becoming more global, we're looking for people that basically can speak probably Russian or Armenian to do projects in Armenia and Russia. And at any time you can basically, by putting your old password, you can change yours to new password. So this is the profile, and later on we probably can add more things to it as we go. And but at this time, this is the profile that we have. So you can check your membership status. It will tell you if you're current, you can upgrade. And upgrade meaning if you're a year membership, you can do life membership and things like that. You have a history of your previous payments that you can see when you make payments and stuff. You can change your email. So when you change your email, make your
login username also changes. So this is important. If you change your email, make sure that next time you're trying to log in, you log in with your new email address. And so we, as I said, as we have many committees and we're going to create many groups and things like that, you can come here and choose which group or committee to become a member of. So basically by choosing, and you can choose multiple ones, and then once you submit, this will go to the chairman of that committee or the manager of the group, and they have the final saying to prove your request to become a member to that specific group or a committee. For any reason you decide to remove yourself, so if you join, it will come here and you'll see all the groups and committees that you are a member of. Since this is new, I'm not member of any committee in this new platform. So, but you will see, and then you can basically remove yourself. And again, that's when you submit, the request will go to the chair of the committee or a manager of the group, and they can decide to talk to you or just remove yourself, remove you. So this is just basically a request that goes to the chair of the committee. And the membership list, this is where we need a lot of work. So you have this option of finding people. So first thing first, maybe you know the first name, last name, or part of the name, and then you by typing the name, you can basically find the people that have Aram in their name or last name, either. And that's one way of finding people. If you're looking for people that hiring, you just basically check and it'll tell you who is hiring at this time. If you're looking for people that looking for employment, you click here. Well, in this case, nobody does, but basically, if you have people looking for employment, they will come up. Available for mentoring, so you can find people that available for mentoring, or you're looking for people that looking for mentoring also will come up. And then you can search by occupation, by education level, search by language they speak. Let's try Armenian. I think I should come up with this. Yeah. So basically, you want a person speaks Arabic or Persian or whatever. You can basically, for this particular project, search for that. And finally, you can just basically go in with the keyword, and it basically searches everywhere in your bio and in your resume and finds those keywords, and then it will search for that keyword. So for any reason you're looking for something about Java, then you find this person, and then you can obviously click on it, and you have the access to the resumes and everything like that. So, and then if you're looking for a person that's looking for a specific job or something like that, since they completed, so again, I use the Java keyword, it will give people that are hiring for this particular position. So when you go in, you have the resumes and stuff. If they're hiring, it tells you what they're hiring, and this is whatever you put in. At any time, you don't want to be in if you're not hiring or anything like that, you just go to your profile and uncheck the hiring. This will not show up. See, and then this is from the old website. We're still going to keep this. This is the job openings that we from time to time have. This has not been changed. This is the old ones probably. Anyway, so basically this is everything that's been done. It's became more collaborative tool. If you have a project, you want to find a person for that project, you want to collaborate with someone in the project, this gives you a way to finding people for this project. There is a lot of administrative end to this that we developed, but we will have future training session on that, and whoever is interested can participate. But as far as this demonstration goes, this is basically what most of us will ever use. Just try to find people, trying to hire people, trying to find jobs, and collaborate on different projects and add ourselves to different groups and committees. That's it. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, Adam, there's a
Is
question
this
here.
working now, or when will be completed?
This is stage basically. We are, if everything is fine, very quickly by mid-January. I mean, we will move this to the actual website. I'm going to give you access to this. This is available on the internet. You can just go in and play around. You cannot break anything. I mean, even if you break anything, nothing will change. We have a development environment which has the same information, but the production is the website that we have right now. So it's not live. We will, if everything is accepted and we have no more changes, we very quickly will move this and this will become our main website.
Okay, beautiful. Bravo.
One thing I wanted to add, thank you for the presentation, by the way. We're also going to integrate one of the sort of widely used chat tools, Slack or Discord or something like that, so that we can maximize the communication between AESA members.
Funny you asked that. I had done some work on it, and by the time this goes live, we will have a Slack-like private environment that we can go into our AESA site and we can have projects and we can talk to each other, chat and add documents in there. And I've been looking at that, so we will add that. We're very close to that. I had the test site. I mean, I'm not ready to demonstrate it right now, but I'm working on that. That also will be part of the site if we agree to have that.
Is that, sorry. Excuse me.
One more thing I wanted to add is, Linda, before you
okay.
go to the slide, the content of the website, guys, is also going to change. Most of the content that you see is going to be updated, so that's also work in progress as well.
If you're interested in changing the content, I'll be adding more content, and I would say that we hear that STEM Academy wants their website done. I mean, I would strongly recommend that we have an administrative class. That website can be very easily added to this, and you can do it by yourselves and add content to it, because all of that is already in administration. You don't have to have a separate even website. You can use this and just add pages to it, add content and functionality.
Are the chapters going to have a link to inside your web?
Yes, and we can at any time, again, on administrative side, anytime anyone decides to create a chapter or a group for some reason, or some project group, anything like that, they will ask the administrator of the website, who will create this initial group, the name, basically the starting point for the website, everything. And then once this is done, they will give this person, whoever the managing or the chair of the committee will be, access to it. And from there on, it's the responsibility of this manager of the group, of chair of the committee, to continue on that. So from it, basically you create a point from the website, AESA website, and from there on, they can just basically build their own website with their own content and everything like that.
Aram, I have a question. First of all, thanks for the hard work, you and ACE. I know you guys are part of that committee. Just a follow-up question. Are you guys planning on revamping maybe some of the user interface and the UI, UX of the website? I mean, so far it's just a, great job with the back end, but I'm just wondering if we're updating the front end as well.
Well, this is a WordPress site. It's very easy to do a UA, UX change. Anytime somebody comes up with an idea or something like that, they can submit. As I said, once we get to the back end, to the administrative, we are going to have a class for that, or a training, and whoever wants to participate. This is all of that, create the UI, UX, and basically you feel of the website, the content on the website. It's not something that we've done. It's a WordPress specific for WordPress is very good at that. So we don't want to take a credit on that, but all these collaboration tools we created around it, those are going to be ASA specific. But at any time, if you want to change any UI, UX content, it's basically WordPress has a lot of tools for that. So if anybody knows WordPress, it can be easily done.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, Adam, there's one person who asked the question, can we add location or region or something, right? So if I'm looking for someone in LA versus looking for someone in New York, can I filter through region by some chance? Is that a possibility to add? Under the member list.
Well, in a keyword that should come up with because in a keyword, yeah. So
Okay.
in the keywords, basically the keyword gives you an open search capability. It will just basically goes and searches everything in your profiles, your resume, your bio, anything you checked, and your address, phone number. So this is a powerful tool. So you can just do a Los Angeles and it will give you, but this is basically or and end searches. So you can match and mix them and to filter whatever exact information.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So when this comes to life in hopefully mid to late January, please do your best to, fill out your profile and go back in, update everything so that we can find you and you can find others. We're hoping that this, again, everything we do, everything that's ever been done is in service to our goals. We want to create that big database and connect all us Armenians together, right? So we can find each other, so that we can work together, so we can collaborate. So nothing we're doing is hopefully outside of that service.
Can I add something? Like if you know somebody who's not a member, just forward the email for them to register as well. They don't have to become a member, but maybe they will be have like a part-time or a few hours to mentor. They might be interested. So please forward to every engineer you know. They can join this.
It's actually a good idea. I've been thinking of having, maybe we can even have some kind of a, I don't know, some reward or something for bringing in people. I've been thinking about it. We will talk about this offline, but that's something we can do when you can refer other members and then you get some kind of a award or reward for it. But to your saying, as soon as we approve this and we go play with this stage environment and see everything is okay, just moving this to production will take 1 day. So as soon as we prove this in a stage, and it will take 1 or 2 days after that, this will be our live website. So the time of this going live depends on from us approving this.
Right.
I have some comments. It's not related to the website per se, but it's related to, we've been talking about linking up together and this need of becoming a higher density environment community, just becoming higher density in general in terms of connectedness. And one thing I've noted is that among the very different environments that we have at JPL, one of the things that's really been a runaway success has been Slack. And even in other Armenian groups that we work with, emulating the Slack model, which is kind of like an app that lives on your phone, having your own community, even a closed one, it's tremendously useful to have a chat room where you can just say something and walk away asynchronously, come back, and somebody's responded to you. Maybe that would be a really good draw to be able to gain access to like an AESA only Slack. If you join, then you can join our Slack and maybe, I don't know if I heard Aram say something about integration would be possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So there is a very good tool I was researching on. There's open source Slack. Basically, we can create our own Slack. It's more advanced even than Slack. I was looking at that. So this will be part of the ASA website. Once you become and sign in and become a member, you will have a Slack channel, and all these groups will be connected to Slack channels. You can chat, you can add documents to it. This will be next iteration. Once we put this website live, and we will add the Slack channel. I've been looking at that. It's very interesting, very useful tool. Yes, I've been using Slack for a long time. But this is, as I said, is a free tool, open source, so it will be ASA only Slack.
Is that Mattermost you're referring to?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we use that there at JPL as well. So
nice. Yeah, that's
interesting.
the same tool. Yes.
And sorry, just Zvache, in terms of the Slack option, is it possible to have a non-ASA Slack channel so that if there's new people that want to join up, they've got any questions, that they can add questions there? Is that a possibility at all?
Yes, yes. So basically, once we have a Slack channels, we can have a member only and public channels. Doesn't matter. So we can have public channel. People can put their questions or things in a public channel, and we have a ASA only channel at the same time.
Good, thanks.
Yeah, great.
That will take another 15, 20 days. I'm trying to understand the exact nuances on that. So make sure. So as I said, a lot of people probably already using that. It's an open source. Then it's not going to take any financing from ASA. We will do that for sure.
We just want to make sure the onboarding curve is easy for the users, in terms of getting an app on their phone, connecting.
Yeah, and so I think if you use it in JPL, I kind of had a couple of days to look at that. It's kind of easy if you're familiar with Slack. It's very simple change.
I guess the name pre-selects the type of people we're looking for, engineers and scientists. So yeah, I guess they would be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I think we have enough. I mean, if you guys use Slack, it's going to be very, very simple. It's very, very similar.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Adam. Thanks for all the hard work. By the way, they used only Armenian engineers and technicians to work on the site from Armenia. So
we didn't use Armenian engineers. We used interns.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's very important. This been done by interns and been not only they created the site, but they gain experience and things like that. So that's also something to be proud of.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, thank you again. So now with that, if there's no other questions or comments or things, I want us to get into something a little bit more fun so we can, end the night a little bit on a higher note. We put together a trivia game for you guys. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. If you guys are ready, I'd like to go over this and tell you a little bit about how this game works, and we can get started. It should be pretty fun. The winner will get prizes. In fact, the top 3 winners will get prizes. First place is a $50 Amazon e-gift card. Second place is $35, and third place is $15. So hopefully that will, that's all our budget could afford. So hopefully that should be enough to help you, to entice you guys to play. So we're gonna be using this platform called Kahoot. I don't know if you guys have heard of this before. Some rules, we want to play by the honor system. So try not to, Google anything, please. Do your best to just use your own brains. That's the whole point of the game. So it's fair for everybody. Go to this website, ideally on your phone. But if your phone just for some reason doesn't have service or doesn't have internet, you can always open this on a separate browser and kind of do split screen. So I'll give you guys a moment to go to this site. Just kind of raise your hand if you think you've got this, or If you have questions or a hard time finding it, just let me know. Really simple, just go to that site and await for other instructions. I can see everybody's like clicking and trying to move things around and shuffling with their phones. Everybody got it? Everybody okay? Okay, cool. I see some thumbs up. All right. So the questions will be displayed on Zoom. So what you're looking at right now, where you see my face, that's where the questions will be. The browser you open, whether it's on your phone or on a split separate screen, is where the answers will be inputted. So, we'll ask the question here. You'll see the question. There's a timer, obviously. You have to quickly answer the question on your device, wherever it's a mobile or phone or tablet or browser.
What's the game pin?
I will tell you right about now.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. So enter this game pin. I hope that's the right game pin. 7291999. I'll repeat it again. If you can't read or see the screen or whatever, the game pin is 7291999. And for those of you who just for some reason can't see the screen, we're going to kahoot.it. You're opening this on a separate browser. Enter game pin. So yeah, so pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can pick the answers on the Kahoot site, and then the questions will be on the Zoom call. All right, and don't forget there's prizes. But I hope you guys are competitive as I am. I haven't seen the questions, so honestly, I'm not entirely sure what they are. Okay, are we all ready? Yeah.
Yeah, can you let me share my screen so we can?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm gonna do is stop the recording so that we can play the game and cuss, and I don't know, people get upset and start throwing things when they get competitive. So I'm gonna stop the recording. It's too bad for those who couldn't attend. They won't get to see the rest.
Crowd for that. We don't cut.
Yeah. So let me stop recording.